We're going down, down and around.
Copyright!
Should have paid attention to which way. Oh, this way. That's where we got the knife marks. So. Hello and welcome to Hardware Learning. Today we are working on a 1999 Mazda Miata. It's an NB, no pop-up headlights, but what it does have is a really gross, brown, disgusting radiator, which we had on the NA. It's important to remove that from your car because it's ready to fail any day now and leave you stranded with an overheated car. So what we're gonna do today is install a brand new Amazon special. Doesn't even feel like there's a radiator in here. TYC radiator, which is basically an OEM replacement. So we'll pull the old brown one out, put this fresh black one in, and we'll be on our way. So first things first, you want to take these bolts off the top of the radiator. It's a you know, a socket of some sort. Loosey, righty, tighty. But actually, before we do this, we should drain the radiator.
As he continues to just do this. My motivation bar.
Be sure to check out Chills at Instagram. He's got some cool photos of local vehicles in the area. Anything from 911s, Camaros, NSXs, Miata, Audi A3, RS3, TT. Yay. We're gonna go ahead and get underneath and drain this coolant out. So in order to drain your coolant, you're gonna wanna come underneath the car, and there's a very large Phillips screw right. Free flowage underneath. And do that, and she'll just, oh God, spray all over your camera. Alright, so now that you've got the coolant drained out of the radiator, you got these bolts off, now we're going to attack the hoses, which you want big pliers to get this hose. We'll have to take the intake tube off to get at the lower radiator hose. That guy off.
Top hose.
The lower hose we'll have to get after with the
Clamp for the airbox is on a Phillips screw. This screw as well. If you just like pop it, it should go maybe. That whole guy off.
little tube off here.
There was.
Here's a wiring harness for this fan that you lift up on this tab and pull. So there's a tab here. Boop, boop. Pull up, pull out. Get this guy off. Alright. Move this guy out of your way. And then, yeah, cut the cheese.
How's that smell?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, that smells so bad. It smells like tuna. There's a 10mm bolt for these AC lines connected to the bottom of the radiator that we're going to just disconnect the whole bracket. And that should free the radiator from anything on the car now. So we'll come up top. Whoop, disconnect this fan. Woo! And connect that there. I'm gonna need a little pliers action. Hello, pliers. Hello, my name's Jeff. It's so healing. And the radiator is free. Look at how gross that is.
Oh, it's leaking.
Oh, it's leaking. Sorry, Derek. So now we will transplant these from this radiator to the new radiator. So we've got these radiators. In the video that I watched, they had these on theirs that they disconnected from the radiator, but on his car there isn't those. So I'm wondering if we can just plug these, or if those other lines in there can be rerouted, or 99 to 2000. This should be right. In order to make life just a little bit easier, to get at this lower radiator connection, we're gonna take the airbox out. So we're gonna remove this connection here. I don't know. Disconnect that guy there. Yeah, we gotta get the lower radiator hose out. Oh,
1 to 10.
Now remember, kids, safety first when using blades, but this guy was being real stubborn, so we're gonna cut it. We recommend replacing the hoses anyways, because it's, you know, a very old car, and one of the first things that'll break down in an old car is the rubber bits. So come in here and try not to slice your finger off if you can.
Would make for some good footage, huh?
Clickbait.
Hey, what are you doing?
Fighting this little thing. If it's the last thing I'll do. Which way do we want to go with this? Up and down. Should have paid attention to which way. Oh, this way. We're just doing a little clamp transplant.
I'm trying. It's coming out. I wonder if we should trim those off.
This section is for the automatic transmission, which who the heck has a Miata with an automatic transmission? Some dummy.
Just kidding, we love all of you if you also have an automatic transmission, because we don't want to alienate our audience.
So when you're placing the radiator back in, you want to make sure you don't dent any of these fins. It's like we did not dent a single fin. Connect your fans back in. We'll come around to the bottom and connect the bracket for these do-dingers. You always end your footage prematurely, Dan. When are you gonna learn? Ah. Oh my goodness. That was definitely the wrong way. Yeah, you know, you lose some and you lose some. That's what I like to say.
Kyle's been losing his whole life.
This is a good lesson of the day. See?
Wow, that was a wise decision.
Look at that. Now you can just get right in here and just get it right over.
Is your hose on all the way before you just slap the clamp on there?
Yeah, it's on all the way. She's on there. She's on there good.
Alrighty then.
So then you're the master of disaster with this other thing, huh?
This clamp is real easy. You just bring her up there and knock the light down, because Kyle's an idiot. He's mad because he never got picked at sports. And this is definitely a two-hand job, and I'm using one hand here. And
Dan, you have beautiful hands.
Many a man has told me that.
You know, one rare piece of gem tomfoolery is this Miata still has its dipstick intact. That yellow piece, oftentimes broken on Miatas. Let's return back to Dan's hands and see if he's made any progress on this here hose support.
You know,
it appears
it's not looking good.
He is still struggling. So we're connecting the AC line bracket back to the new radiator. It's a 10mm bolt. Threads right in. Ow! Ow! Sharp metal things hurt my head.
I really wanted me just throwing the channel locks in.
And hitting me in the face.
I can't hold the camera steady. This is some of the worst camera work I've ever seen.
Come on. Get that guy out of the way. Get our tube all the way on there. I think we're done with everything down here. Drain plug is in. AC lines are connected. Bottom radiator hose is connected. Now we come up top and mount the top brackets and connect the top radiator hose. So once you've got the top radiator hose replaced and put on, you've got the lower radiator hose replaced and put on, you can start putting the airbox back together. We'll get the radiator mounts back on here. Oh, there's little rubber guys that need to... Oh, no!
For the people that didn't realize what just happened, Kyle, can you elaborate on what you're doing down here now?
So there was a few pieces of the transplant that I have missed. I would recommend doing these at the same time as the fans and before you connect everything back to the radiator, because you're going to want to... These go on the bottom of the radiator, which...
As you can see here, the radiator's already in the car. So, usually you install those parts before you put the new radiator in.
Ow, if I remember. Ow! Who put that sway bar there? Alright, kids, don't do what I did and forget those rubber pieces, because then you'll be SOL.
Hey, Kyle, what's the SOL stand for?
Stupid or likely unlucky.
I don't think that's what that stands for.
No. So you got the airbox back on already?
Mm-hmm. Because I'm not a fucking idiot. No.
We're using some Prestone pre-mixed coolant today. It's in the NA. Seems to work just fine.
Not leaking yet.
It's not so leaking anywhere, as I can see. So now that you've got it all the way full, you want to start the car and let it reach hot operating temperature, and it'll hopefully push all the air bubbles out. So as you can see, the coolant came out of the top of the radiator, and then we squeezed it a little bit. It let some air through, and now we're actually low. So we're going to top that off and then drive it around and make sure that there's no more air bubbles trapped in there.